So, Pikmin 3 Deluxe just released onto the Switch today, and at the time of hopping into this, one very important note is we technically still haven't actually beaten our 3-player playthrough of Pikmin 2, because that's one of the tricky things about multiplayer, like multi-streamer kind of things, is you always have to find times that like work for everybody. If I import this, I don't want to actually resume from the save data because we played through the whole demo, which apparently unlocks Ultra Spicy in the main game. I'll say import, but maybe like right over it anyway, because I'd like to start from the beginning and do yeah, there we go. Several new missions and the Ultra Spicy difficulty level have been unlocked as a bonus for completing the demo. Yes, that's what I want to hop into. But anyway, it can be tricky to find times to like coordinate things when you've got like a multi-person playthrough, essentially. So at the time of doing this, we haven't actually even beaten Pikmin 2 on this channel yet, all things considered. So there's gonna be a little bit of overlap between Pikmin 2 and Pikmin 3, which I guess is fine, considering Pikmin 3 doesn't even follow, like, Olimar and Louie anyway. There's different main characters in this game. I mean, we will be jumping around the timeline a little bit, to be fair, but, it's probably not that big a deal having in the playlist, in this trilogy playlist of the Pikmin series, having a little bit of overlap at this point in the series between 3 and 2. So we're going to be jumping between Pikmin 3 and Pikmin 2 as part of the series a bit now, I guess. So it's going to be complicated like that. Another way that's going to complicate matters is Pikmin 2 is being emulated and modded for, like, that 3-player shenanigans, essentially. And I played that with an Xbox 360 controller. Now, I do have the buttons mapped to, like, what they should be, like, A is A, B is B, X is X, Y is Y. But the thing about an Xbox 360 controller, or an Xbox controller in general, compared to a Switch controller, is A and B are switched, and X and Y is switched. So, technically, my controls, as we have a little bit of a mishmash between Pikmin 3 and Pikmin 2 going forward, as I continuously switch between the two games, continuing each playthrough, I technically have the same controls, the same buttons mapped to like the same things, like A is A and B is B, yada yada, but their positions are switched. So as I jump from a Pikmin 3 session to a Pikmin 2 session, or a Pikmin 2 session to a Pikmin 3 session, since we're going to be going back and forth a little bit, my buttons are going to be switched every time I hop back and forth, because A and B swaps around. So my whistle button and my throw button is gonna change each time, and it's just gonna lead to so much confusion, and I'm so screwed. Side stories, meanwhile, certain do is hard at work on important mission, unlocked after a certain point in story mode. Gotcha. Take a challenge and aim for medal. The more you play, the better you'll be at planning. Yeah, we try to like the one mission there. I very much wish that Bingo Battle and this game in general had online multiplayer, but no, just local, because screw playing online with friends, I guess. Anyway, so story here. Yeah, one player. I don't want to continue from the demo file. Oh, I guess there was... Why do I have 2 different saves for the demo? What? And on different days? Wait. Oh, I know why. I remember now. Now I remember. I was playing a little bit with my family on my own time. Whoops, I forgot. Anyway, so I guess we're starting in the top file. I was so confused. I was like, I don't remember streaming the demo twice. Alright, so let's see here. So normal, a sweet and frothy adventure. Not adventure, why'd I add adventure in there? Sweet and frothy difficulty is suited for any fan of the series, but especially beginners. Advanced players might savor the sour tang of challenge on this difficulty. And finally, a hard-to-stomach difficulty intended only for those who consider themselves Pikmin connoisseurs. Well, after the Pikmin 1 and Pikmin 2 shenanigans on this channel, I sure hope I could consider myself that, but I mean, again, we still haven't beaten Pikmin 2 at the time that this is taking place, but whatever!
Galactic date 20XX. At the far reaches of space lies a planet on the brink of ruin. The planet's name? Kopai. Due to a booming population, booming appetites, and a basic lack of planning, Kopai's inhabitants have all but exhausted their food supply. Their only hope is to find another planet with edible matter. Accordingly, they send unmanned scout vessels called Sparrows out into space. To their dismay, the search is proving fruitless. Just as they're about to give up, vessel reports back with news of a miraculous discovery. They mobilize to investigate the planet, which they name PNF 404. Kopai's last hope rests on 3 intrepid explorers. At last, the explorers' 279,000 light-year voyage nears its end. But as they initiate the landing sequence, something goes horribly wrong.
Ugh. What happened? Imagine how fun it'd be to like actually voice out one of these characters with the weird sounds that they make. It's like the made-up language of a game like this. Oh, hello. Where am I? Last thing I remember was getting drunk at that Arby's. I mean, oh, of course. This must be PNF 404. Charlie to ship. Charlie to ship. Your copy? This is our captain. To your copy. Hello? Anyone? There's no response. Where's my ship? My crew? Most importantly, my booze! Captain Charlie. He's out here to do things. I should escape unscathed, but what about the rest of my crew? It could be anywhere on PNF 404. Gotta find out from Brittany. I only hope they survived. Yes, I know how to move. We did this in the demo and stuff. And hello, Kraken. How are you doing today? Getting ready for my ultra mega move. Ultra lightning fury / max. I'm doing pretty alright. I did some errand running earlier today, which included picking up this game. I guess I'm just gonna like skedaddle on down here. I stopped by Memory Express and I put down a back order for one of the new RTX 3070 graphics cards. So I guess I'll be able to go in there and pick one up the next time they get like a shipment in. I don't know how long that's gonna be, but props to those who get the reference. I got it after I yelled the whole thing out, essentially. Yo, one of my favorite Zeke quotes from Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Kraken, have you by chance ever seen the voice lines of Xenoblade 2 with the DLC that added Shulk and Fior from Xenoblade Chronicles 1? Some of the post-battle exchanges. There's one of the ones with Fiora and Zeke post-battle is Fiora. I feel bad for anybody who doesn't know Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and I'm saying completely random stuff in this case. But there's a part in Xenoblade 2 where Fiora says to Zeke after battle, as like, Zeke, I think girls would like you much better if you dropped that strange act already. And Zeke is like, girls? Pah, who cares? All the Zekeinator cares about is being the fastest, strongest, bestest, ultimate fighting machine. Nothing more. It's like one of my favorite lines in like any game ever. I freaking love it. My oh my. Hello, Tux. Did it not show a host? Oh, I see it in my recent alert there. Well, I appreciate the host there, Tux. I saw that you were streaming some Pokemon stuff. I think you were streaming some Pokemon stuff. Were you doing some shiny hunting again by chance? I seem to have wandered into a strange neighborhood. I hope that went well if that's the case. I know the odds typically are pretty wacky. Why are they coming closer? Well, my whistle will scare them off. Stay back! But yeah, your favorite Endless Pit one is Zeke. Endless Pit one. Oh, for falling. I see what you mean. For falling and stuff. Yeah, freaking. I love Zeke in Xenoblade Chronicles 2 so much. Literally the embodiment of a character who on one side is comic relief, but can also be like very serious and can be like the voice of reason in the party at the same time when he wants to be. It's freaking fantastic. I love it. Don't appear hostile. So let me get this straight. I can round up these creatures by pointing at them and pressing B, and throw them with A. Which is like reversed controls compared to you know, my Pikmin 2 playthrough, considering I've been emulating that with the Xbox 360 controller. But you got bored of it, so you went to Dynamax Adventures instead. But I mean, Dynamax Adventures kind of is shiny hunting, though. Also, gyro controls. I'm able to, like, actually aim and stuff, unlike the Pikmin 2 playthrough where it's all over the place. So, I feel like control-wise, I'll probably be, like, much happier with, you know, Pikmin 3 stuff here rather than Pikmin 2 stuff. Also, I literally always do this for my camera instead of just using the right stick like a normal human being because I'm used to, you know, the C stick ordering Pikmin around with Pikmin 1 and 2 because those are the games I'm used to. But yeah. Yeah, and I would agree with that, Kraken. I would definitely agree with that there. But yeah, anyway, for my day earlier, I was kind of doing some errands and stuff. So, I went to Memory Express first, and I put down a back order for one of those RTX 3070 cards. So that's pretty neato. And then I went to Best Buy, and like when I said that I was going out there, while I was out there, my dad basically asked me if I could like find a price and get like an estimate of how much it would be for like a DVD player that would be able to like stream things like Netflix and Amazon Prime and stuff like that. Like just browse and come back to him with like a rough price that one would be. So I did one better and I bought one as as a gift to just give to him and stuff, because I figured like, hey, my parents have done a whole lot for me as I've been growing up and stuff, and I'm, you know, at an age nowadays where I can afford to, you know, do nice things back from time to time. So I got that, and then I went to look for Pikmin 3, and Best Buy isn't exactly known to be like a big game store. It's just kind of one of those places that has games as well on the side. So I didn't actually have any Pikmin 3 like on the shelves. So I had to go ask at the counter, and it was clearly something that the dude had never heard of. I was like, do you have any copies of Pikmin on the Switch? He was like, what? I was like, Pikmin. And he just gave me the funniest look. Like I was completely, you know, crazy or something. But he went and he checked the back, and he came out with a copy of Pikmin 3. It was like 3 Deluxe. I was like, yeah, that's the one. So I bought a Wi-Fi Blu-ray player with streaming capabilities, and I bought Pikmin 3. It's a miracle. I'm alive and somehow unharmed. So, you know, there was that. I got some pretty funny looks from that guy. And then I went to PetSmart after that. I got my dog a new toy, and I got crickets for my gecko, who was, like, very happy about that. So I was all over the place driving around today. Just as the SS Drake was about to land, we lost control and I had to make an emergency escape. I don't know why, I'm slightly British now, but, maybe playing too much Watch Dogs Legion last night, since that just came out yesterday. During the chaos, I was separated from my other 2 team members as well as the ship itself. But now I'm kind of settling on this voice being Alf's voice. As the ship's engineer, it's up to me, Alf, to find both the SS Drake and my crew members. That just came out of nowhere, but apparently I'm doing Elf British now. But yeah, there's that. We're gonna have a lot of cutscenes here early on. Oh crap, I owe him a 20! What was that? Could it have maybe been the hash-slinging slasher? Maybe? Maybe. Oh, hello. I'm really intrigued to try out this ultra spicy mode. So apparently on this difficulty, you can only have 60 Pikmin on the field instead of 100, which is gonna certainly make things interesting. It appears that the specimen I just spotted has company. And what's that stuck in the branch? That's the weirdest effing tomato I've ever seen in my life. Boobity bop. Whoops. Whistle. But yeah, that sounds familiar. What, the hash slinging slasher? Seen SpongeBob? Nice. We did the thing. Look at that. Whoa, what the hell happened to that tomato, man? I was hoping that it was fruit, but it doesn't appear to be edible at all. Nevertheless, the red fellows seem quite pleased now that it's freed. Oh, wait a minute. I'm supposed to be looking for those 2 missing. Yeah, they could just be left to die. Looking around, I know. Yeah, I haven't seen it in ages. Ages either. Yeah, the way, like, it... Like, after I started doing that, like, after I started reading out his lines, and it was like, wait, why am I doing it slightly British sounding? Like, actually listening to the way he speaks, it does sound like what he would kind of sound like, doesn't it? You know? My cope pad. Whoa, my Wii U gamepad. I literally have a Wii U gamepad right here. Whoa, my coat pad. Thank goodness I found it. I can use it to locate the SS Drake. I can look at this. I wonder when the last time I booted this up and used it was. I wonder. I forgot how weird the controller felt. And like big and playing video games with the freaking mini TV screen and stuff. And like, man, the Wii was a very interesting time to say the least. Should I put this like back there? Me and your game, you're having a move called Critical Decapitation Strike. I'm just gonna put the Wii U gamepad back on its charger. I think that's back on it. Guys, we'll see. Yes, we shall see. Alright, just a few left. What's this pile of... Oh, I never got close enough to the pile of rubble before, really? Oh yeah, buttons reversed with A and B. Every time I switch between Pikmin 2 and Pikmin 3 from now on is, man. That's honestly gonna be the hardest thing about having Pikmin 2 still being in progress while I'm doing Pikmin 3 and just switching back and forth between the two games, is the fact that my A and B gets switched. This sounds spicy. Alright. My. Wonderful. The bridge is complete. I'm gonna try getting used to using the right stick to move the camera, but like, again, every time I switch to Pikmin 2, it's gonna be different controls. Since we're gonna be swapping between Pikmin 2 and Pikmin 3 for a little while. How do I homebrew this Wii U gamepad? Right, it still works. Of course, I'd expect nothing less from Nintendo engineering. I mean, copyright engineering. Building out a Wii U gamepad. Check my surroundings by scrolling through the pad screen. Speaking of Nintendo engineering, I remember seeing this one meme that showed like an early Xbox 360 where it was like one of the most powerful consoles of its generation dies for no apparent reason, and then it showed a Nintendo 64 and it was like, oh, you dropped a TV on me? Like, I give a crap. Check my surroundings by scrolling through the pad screen. Using the radar. Cool. Yeah, I know. There's the Drake. Ah, there's this Drake isn't that far from here. Maybe the other two crew members are there as well. I'd best head in that direction. Okay, will do. Now we can start exploring with the help of the pad. Use the radar to check the map, and the camera to take photos. Using the camera. Yada yada. Cool. But yeah, maybe streaming tomorrow for good old Halloween. Most likely Animal Crossing Halloween. Oh, there's like... I forgot there was things going on in that game and such. Halloween kind of event stuff. If they improved Halloween, didn't they already do like some sort of a Halloween update? I believe? I'm not 100% certain. My Animal Crossing playthrough is like one of those playthroughs that I started and then just like didn't continue. Like, I think I have 13 parts / streams in my Animal Crossing series, and it just kind of stopped there. That was before even the summer update. And I was meant to continue it. I think the playlist still lists as in progress. Like, on the playlist, it still says played start date to present. Like, I haven't specified an end date, even though I haven't actually continued it in forever. I just got like really burnt out of it and don't know if it's for me. But I was like, I'll still stream it when updates come out. And then I didn't. And then I was like, oh, well, I don't know what the situation on that is. That's like one of my few playthroughs that's just in like playthrough purgatory right now that I honestly don't know what I'm doing with. That thing is popping out some sort of sprouts. Gee, I sure hope it's weed. No, get smackarooed. Punching doesn't seem as effective as in Pikmin 2. But yeah, just not happy with the game. Even still, it's better than most games. Define most games. Define most. Yeah, we got a lot of cutscenes early on. And we kind of saw them in the demo, but we're going through them again because now we're actually starting the playthrough for real and such. Ah, I see. So this is how these little creatures propagate. Oh, I was gonna make a really dumb joke about it not being satisfying in that case, but you know, how incredibly fascinating. But I don't think I'm gonna go there. Okay, well, let's just go around and pluck them all. But yeah, most games this year for you, as the other games in the list are remakes and ports, but some of the remakes are really good, like Xenoblade I actually kind of am really salty at Xenoblade Definitive, honestly. Like, I'm currently working on my 3-part series, comparing Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX and Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, which both are, like, mostly incredible remakes, but, like, both of them from the perspective of, like, completionists, they did, like, nothing to improve the experience with that, and also, I'm a little bit salty at Rescue Team DX music for not creating original themes for for like the epilogue dungeons. Instead, just like the original, they reuse soundtrack from earlier in the game, and typically the worst parts of the soundtrack, and they just settle on it. Well, yeah, Xenoblade 1D, that is the exception. That's the #1 game of this year. I'm so salty at like, the discussion, the 3-part video essay that I'm working on right now, comparing Rescue Team DX and Xenoblade Definitive. Like, when I started writing the script, it started out like mostly positive, but then I started getting like saltier and saltier, just as I did in my playthroughs of those games. Both because both of them suck from the perspective of completionists. Like with Xenoblade Chronicles, for example, you want to get all 255 affinity coins, then guess what? You get 98 by leveling up from 1 to 99, and the other 157, you get them from killing unique monsters. Unfortunately, there's no way to know which monsters you've, like, already killed before, because you only get 1 affinity coin the first time that you kill a unique monster. There's literally no way to know which ones you've taken out already or not. No list, like, anywhere. So, when you see a unique monster, there's not even an indicator on it saying, like, oh, you've defeated this one already. Nothing like that. And there's some areas that get blocked off permanently and you can never return to again. And, well, if there's any unique monsters there you didn't get the affinity coin from, well, then guess what? That save file is now impossible to get 255 affinity coins on. Because screw you, I guess. Screw you, player. And, well, yeah, so if you want to get all 255 affinity coins and you're missing some and you don't know where it was, well, then you may as well go around the world killing literally every single unique monster in the entire game, trying to find the one that you missed or several that you missed. And chances are it's one in an area that you can't even go to anymore. And a lot of them you're not even going to be able to find unless you freaking eye Xenoblade Wiki like a hawk. Because if you don't play through Xenoblade Chronicles, the original or the remake, while eyeing Xenoblade Wiki like a hawk, you are guaranteed to miss something. Whether it be a unique monster, whether it be a quest. Freaking screw that game from the perspective of a completionist. What's that? It looks like someone's left a data file here. Perhaps the cop-pad will be able to read it. So anyway, in my 3rd video of that 3-part video series on the gameplay, I do get a bit salty that they did like literally nothing to make it easier. In the remake, for the perspective of completionists, excellent, the cop-pad can read the data file. So these creatures are called Pikmin. Okay, I shouldn't say nothing, I should say almost nothing. This information might come in handy later on. I'll save it in the cop-pad's exploration notes. Well, boopity bop, look at that, exploration notes, we got the thing. Got the thing, Bob. I don't think Captain Charlie wrote this data file. So, who did? Shia LaBeouf. Could there be other intelligent life forms on this planet? Come on, let's go. We're going places, okay? According to the radar, the Drake should be through here. But yeah. And I'm not quite sure what you mean, Kraken, I'm sorry. Oh, I guess that doesn't get automatically pulled up. I'd have to check in my menu. Oh, gotcha. It's like your whole game of the year thing, Bob. What have we here? It's a big sandcastle thing. Who built this wall here? More signs of intelligent life? Well, now would be a good time to press X to perform a charge attack. Bada bing, bada boom, look at that. Give it a good smack. Give it a good smack. And anyway, that 3-part video essay series is currently 2 videos done. I have 1 left to go. I haven't started on the 3rd one yet. And the thumbnails for all 3 are currently in progress. So, like, it's probably still gonna be a little while, but, like, progress is good. Is the thing. I'm really looking forward to unveiling that video. It's probably gonna be, like, one of, if not the biggest video essay project I've ever done on my channel. It's gonna rival the 3-hour Breath of the Wild discussion. That's his Drake. Cuphead isn't picking up any signs of life in the immediate area. What am I supposed to do now? What the hell? I told this bitch to stop calling me! Incoming transmission. Who could it be? We just got a letter. Wonder who it's from. Elf, it's me, Brittany Bish. Do you copy? Thank goodness. You're with us as Drake, right? That means you could totally come pick me up and not leave me to die? Like you totally aren't going to do tonight? I made it through the landing in one piece. Thing is, I'm trapped somewhere. And And I'm falling, and I can't get up. No, we got cut off. I wonder how far away Brittany is. But at the very least, I'm thankful that she appears to be safe and sound. What? What's that strange sound? Strangest stomach rumbling sound I've ever heard. The sun is setting, which could mean that nocturnal predators are starting to wake up. I wonder how they generate these sounds anyway. I should probably get off the planet's surface for now and totally not leave Brittany to die. Time to get out of here. Goodbye. I got things to do. Goodbye, planet. I'm going home. I'm done. I'm going home. My, oh my. Away we go. Slurp slurp juice. Most of the supplies we brought with us from Kopai were destroyed at the crash landing. So we now only have 3 days worth of edible provisions left. Wait, hold on, I almost read that as... So, wait, if I almost read that as, let's do a different voice for it. So we only have 3 days of edibles left. Gosh darn it. Now we only have 2 days left of edibles. Starting tomorrow, I'll have to find some local edibles. God damn it. Hope this plant has some edibles on it. Review the replay with, and fine tune your strategy. Yes, I will do. Yeah, that's interesting how it has this. Yeah, let's review my strategy. Look at that, I did some things. Yeah, cool, let's go. Stuff. So I left Brittany to die, even though I literally said that nocturnal predators were coming out. I left the surface because I heard them, but I wasn't going to bother to go find that Brittany bish. So I'm just kind of leaving my allies down there. I'm hoping that they'll be alive next morning, but, you know, considering nocturnal creatures come out, it's not seeming too likely. So I guess I'm the last one standing, and I'm going to go get, like, some fruit tomorrow.